It is an era of turbulence, a time of uncertainty. The world is changing. Kingdoms emerge and prepare for war. Welcome to Fantasia.
Greetings and salutations, everybody. My name is Klautos, and welcome back to Fantasia. I mentioned this in the last chapter. We recently passed 1,000 subscribers. It's been a little bit now. It actually happened a little while ago, but I haven't been able to make videos very often. So I'm just now able to do this. So I decided I just wanted to keep it simple. We'll do a little Q&A episode. I asked you guys for some questions, and some questions you did deliver. So I'm going to be answering some of those while I do a little bit of building here. Here we are. This is what we did in the last episode. We built this Zwinger going up to the... Hello, doggy. Going up to the castle. And this is a really cool defensive design here that I really, really love. I wanted to build one, so I did. So if you're trying to take over this castle, it's pretty much impossible with all those gates and stuff like that. So in between episodes, I fixed these walls just a little bit. I didn't make them thick yet, but I did put the top of the ramparts up here. I still need to do the back of the wall and figure out what I'm going to do in this space. I also made sure that the walls are the same height going across. Before, I had them all 8 blocks up from the bottom here, so the wall sort of staggered upwards as it reached that point, and I didn't really like that. I wanted to keep it the same level, so I went ahead and did that. That'll make it easier when I add the battlements later on. So I did the same thing there and there, as you can see. Now, and just stop it! Stop it! My dog is jingle-jangling. So, anyway... So I'm going to get building on this, and you guys will see it in the form of a... I can't talk. In the form of a time-lapse. While... and I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to start doing stuff. I really have no plan, because there's a lot that needs to get done, and a lot that I'm unaware that needs to get done, and I'm just going to press record, and I'm going to go. And in the meantime, while you guys are watching that, I'm going to answer some of your questions. So, let's get started. Alright, questions. So many questions. The first question comes from Bragar. The question is, how do you recommend someone to get started with your channel? How would you describe the experience of Klautos? And I asked him for some clarification. I wasn't quite sure what he meant. So he clarifies. What to watch first, go on from there, what to watch out for, any special videos, and so on. I would say if you're new to my channel, just watch the most recent video I put out. If you really like my content, binge watch Fantasia first, I think, because this series is kind of like the heart and soul of my channel. You know, this is the series that's going to be going on as long as my channel exists, which doesn't really have any stop signs in front of it yet, so I'm going to keep going. Okay, so the next question comes from Avalar Plays. He says, where did you get your name, Klautos? Now, alright, so here's the thing. Before I started my channel, I built a castle called Golvandiar, and some of you may have seen it on this channel, but I built that castle before I started the channel, and it was actually because of that castle that I made my channel, because some people were saying, dude, you should put this on YouTube because it's awesome, so I did. When I made that castle, in the very center tower, at the very, very top, there is a chicken who is imprisoned in a little chicken pen, which is all the way up at build height, right? And I wanted to give the chicken sort of an epic name, like Kratos, but he's a chicken, because the story is like the main warlock who took over Golvandiar, took the former king of Golvandiar and turned him into a chicken and imprisoned him up there, right? So I wanted to give him an epic name that sounded like Kratos, something like that, I always thought Kratos was a really epic name from God of War, right? But I also wanted to sound a little dorky, Kratos, but a little dorky, and I always thought that, no offense to anybody, I promise, but I always thought that the name Klaus or Claude were kind of dorky names, So I apologize if your name is Klaus or Claude. I'm sure you're awesome, whatever. So I just mixed them, and I just came up with Klautos. So the name of that chicken at the top of Golvandiar is Klautos, and there's signs around him saying Klautos the Great, and Klautos the Destroyer, and all this, and basically humiliating Klautos up there in his prison. It's pretty funny. Maybe if I remember, maybe I'll show some screenshots, or I'll take a quick video showing you guys the chicken. He's still up there. So anyway, thanks for the question, Avalar. Next question comes from Ali Ross, aka Mystic Golden Dragon. What inspired you to choose Klautos as your IGN? Well, I just went over that. Number 2, what's your favorite thing you've ever built in Minecraft, creative or survival mode? Now that is a tough one. That's a very tough one. I think, it's really, at this point, it's a toss-up between the Goblin Kingdom of Bone Gorge here in Fantasia, the Crypt that I'm still working on in Vasten, and Golvandiar. I think those 3 are my favorite builds that I've done. I would say the castle that I'm doing on Craftaway, but really that is sort of an older version of Golvandiar, or it was going to be. But yeah, probably those 3. And number 3, what does the fox say? Well, the fox says, let me see. What does the fox say? The fox says, Artisan Vapor, Classic Line, Vined, Ripened Blackberry. I just picked up the nearest thing that had words on it. That's what the fox says. Okay, next question. Bullybait88 has a challenge. All Q&A answers are quotes from your favorite movies. The answer to that challenge is no. I appreciate it, but that just seems way too challenging for my little brain, and I'm not going to do it. But thank you for the suggestion. Okay, next one comes from BlendsCraftTV. First off, congrats on 1,000. Thank you very much. You're an awesome builder and deserve way more subscribers. Thank you. And now for the question. Okay. What's a good metal band that almost nobody has heard of? Ooh, this is a good one. I think most of the metal bands that I really, really like, I think more than nobody has heard of. Like, I'm trying to think of some bands that are less popular, but that doesn't mean that almost nobody has heard of them. But you know what? I'll tell you what. Go check out on Reverb Nation. Go check out a band called the Sever Display, and go check them out on Reverb Nation. That's actually my old band from. I think we recorded that in 2008. So it's pretty old, and but go check it out. It's me playing guitar and stuff like that. Now, I should express something when it comes to that recording. We were very much rushed when we did it. Here I am making excuses, but basically all the tracking there is pretty much live. We didn't really have time to edit like we wanted to. Okay, so So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Live tracks, but it still sounds pretty good, I think. Especially like I think the second half of the album sounds, well, it's generally a little better than the first, I think. But yeah, go check it out if you want. Also, I was in a band after that called Hounds at Blackgate, and we actually have some videos on YouTube. And unfortunately, the only videos up there are videos of us playing at a house party that was sort of out in the country a couple of years ago. So if you want to hear that band, you can hear Hounds at Blackgate on YouTube. And I'll put a link in the description below if you guys want to check that out. So you can watch me shred on a guitar. Yeah. Okay. Next question comes from Lawrence Matteo. What is your favorite building style, I guess? What is your favorite building style you're going to do? I don't know. That's hard to say. I really have no idea. I'm going to be doing, in Fantasia, I've done goblins, I've done gnomes. I'm still working on the gnome kingdom. I just started humans. I'm going to be doing elves, dwarves, orcs, giants, ogres, undead, probably trolls, whatever I can think of. What's my favorite out of those? I really don't know because I haven't started them yet. I'm not sure where the civilizations are going to go yet or anything like that, so I'm just sort of taking it one step at a time. But right now I'm doing the human kingdom because I really just want to build an epic castle and, you know, and make it historically accurate and fortified and things like that. So the answer is I don't know. Next question comes from Sunfire SG. Very good friend of mine. He says, is it true the cereal Special K was named after someone at Kellogg's who was impressed with my episodes? Yes, that is absolutely true. The Special K is absolutely named after yours truly. Because my channel is so awesome that it transcends the time-space continuum. And it traveled through a wormhole back in time to where Special K was first being formulated. And they said, you know what? This cereal really sucks. We need a special ingredient. And so I popped on in there and I showed them my videos. They said, oh my God, this is insane. This cereal is called Special K, and we're gonna add fantastic Klautos sauce to it. I don't know what I'm saying. Why do you ask me silly questions? Ask me silly questions, you get silly answers, okay? That's what happens. Next question comes from Magpie Tier, who says, congratulations! And to which I responded, matriculations! Which is the proper one. Obviously, Magpie is a fan of Shadiversary, as I am, so I had to respond in turn. But the question is, what's your favorite guitar? Ooh, my favorite guitar that I own? Would probably be my F2005, made by ESP. I absolutely love that guitar. It's got two EMG 81s in it. It doesn't have a floating tremolo bridge. It's got a fixed bridge, which is the only downfall. So I can't do any sort of bends and squealies with the whammy bar because there is no whammy bar on it. But this thing is a beast, and the tone that I get out of it, I really, really love. It's probably my favorite guitar. I also have a Joe Satriani 90th anniversary Ibanez with chameleon paint. And there were only, I believe, there were only 500 of these made, and I got one in 1998. And I love that guitar as much. But it's retired. I have retired it. I stopped playing it because I don't want to ruin it. You know, the more you play guitar, the more dings you get on it, and it has a couple of dings, and I retired it. I retired it. I played it plenty. It's done its job. Now it's a showcase. So those are probably my two favorite guitars. Let's see. What's the next question? The next question is, from B-Star Baller, who says, "Hey, I'm a huge fan, by the way. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. My question is, I'm starting a pro mixer channel featuring my Minecraft fantasy realm, and I'm not getting as many viewers or followers. How did you progress when you started YouTube? P.S. It would be great to shout out my mixer channel, B-Star Baller 1. Okay, well, there's your shout out. How did I progress? Well, slowly is the answer. I progressed very slowly. The trick is just keep doing it, just keep doing it. The more active you are, the faster you'll grow generally. But I'm not sure that I'm really the best one to be giving advice about this, because my channel hasn't really had an incredible amount of growth. I guess I'm kind of average, as far as growth goes. So I might not be the one to be asking about that. He has another question. How long do you plan on doing YouTube? I plan on doing YouTube until I can't, for whatever reason. I mean, I really like doing it. It's a fantastic hobby. Now, I do have a full-time job, full-time school, plus a wife and kid. So the time I have for making videos is small, but I plan on doing it just, I don't know, forever. Until, I love building things and creating things and, creating this world for you guys to see. I really, really enjoy it. It's a really excellent hobby. So there's like this, and then there's music. Those are like my two hobbies, Minecraft building and music. And I don't want to stop either of them ever. So yeah, there's your answer. I'll stop doing YouTube when I just literally cannot, for whatever reason that might be, which I don't know why that would ever happen. Okay, next question comes from Caluss. Ask Klautos, subgenres are lame. So what's your favorite subgenre of metal? You're absolutely right. Subgenres are completely lame. That being said, my favorite subgenres would have to be, well, I gotta put thrash metal in there. All right, gotta have thrash. I mean, that's what I grew up on, is thrash metal. Metallica and Pantera, for some southern slash. Yeah, or southern thrash, sorry. Tongue twisters getting me. So yeah, Sepultura, Pantera, Metallica, thrash metal, love it. Also, I really, really like many forms of death metal. Okay, like straight up death metal, Cannibal Corpse, Cryptopsy, love it, right? I love black metal as well. Black metal's awesome, especially Dimmu Borgir. They are my favorite. They're one of my favorite bands of all time, actually, Dimmu Borgir. It's like death metal mixed with orchestra, and it's amazing. I really like Gent as well, because I'm a huge Meshuggah fan, and Meshuggah is amazing. So amazing that they created a whole genre. And now you have bands like Vildiarta, that are coming in with some gent stuff going on. Really, really cool. Really cool stuff. Yeah, so those are my favorites. I'll tell you some subgenres that I do not like at all. I do not like nu metal, because it's not metal. Okay? And there are a lot of bands that people say are metal bands, but they're really not. They're hard rock bands. I wish people would properly address the distinction between metal and hard rock, okay? If you're singing, I'm singing like this, or whatever, okay? I'm not the best singer. If you're singing about, relationships, okay? Bad relationships and breakups and stuff like that, and some girl did you wrong. Okay, I'm sorry, but that's not metal. That's not metal. It never will be, all right? You're not a metal band, all right? All right, okay. So, that's that. That's hard rock, okay? Big difference between metal and hard rock, okay? All right, Next question comes from Mr. Whiskers. What is your favorite video that you've made so far? Ooh, this is a juicy one. Here's a juicy one right here. My favorite video that I've made so far. I'll tell you what, one that stands out a lot is episode 25 of Fantasia, because I really like the way the intro came out. With the, the normal intro that I usually have for this series, with the voiceover and stuff like that. But then, instead of going into the tavern music and me talking, it went into this creepy sort of music, and I played like I was a goblin. And I did a goblin voice, and it was just cool. It just came out cool. I really liked the beginning of that. That's also the episode where I finished the Goblin Kingdom, so you can see the whole kingdom in its entirety at the end of that episode. I think most of it in its entirety. I think I showed the whole thing, but I can't really remember. Go look. Episode 25 of Fantasia. That's definitely up there. I think another one of my favorites would have to be the Craftaway episode called Ninja Time, which is where I went over to Sunfire's base and stole a book from him. And I put on some ninja clothes, and I had this like spy sort of James Bond music playing. And I went and snuck into his base and stole the book back. That was so much fun to do. That was a great episode right there. Okay. Let's see. Next question comes from System Maverick. What are you studying now that you are back in school? I am studying geology and anthropology. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to school for. Originally, I was going to school for music way back in the day, but I realized that, with a music degree, there's only so much that you can do. I mean, if you know music and you're a good writer, you don't necessarily need a degree to write awesome music and make money writing awesome music. The thing that the degree unlocks is, you're allowed to teach. That's really all you can do with a music degree is teach, maybe a couple other things, but I've taught guitar. I've done guitar lessons a lot, but I don't consider myself the best teacher, and I certainly would want to be a teacher my whole life. So I stopped doing music. I just do music on my own, especially with the internet. You can learn music theory on your own. You don't really need to as somebody with a music degree is probably going to tell me, oh, you know what, but this, and you're probably right, but I figured, I love science. I've always loved science, so I'm going for science. And I just finished my core, which is great, so no more of the BS boring classes. From here on out, it's all science, and I am super thrilled. So yeah, geology and geophysics is what I'm going for, and later on I'll probably go into more precise fields after that one, but for now that's what it is. Okay, next question. Play Jack Plays. How long have you been playing Minecraft? I started playing Minecraft probably a few months after it came out on the Xbox 360, and get this, I always mention Golvandiar, right? I've mentioned it a lot of times, but I first started Golvandiar on the Xbox 360. That's how old that world is. And and then whenever I got the Xbox One, I updated the Xbox One, and then I updated to Bedrock, and then I transferred from Bedrock to Java. So that world has been on every platform. which is really funny. But yeah, that's about how long I've been playing. So I don't know when that was, when it came out on Xbox 360. Was it 2011, something like that? 2011, 2012? I don't know. Anyway, next question. This is the last question. Unreally EXE says, what do you think should be added to Minecraft? I'll tell you what I think should be added to Minecraft. More epic mountains. in the terrain generation, okay? If you look around my world, you'll see, now I can't show you here because I'm actually recording this separate from when I recorded the time lapse there. But if you look around my world, you'll notice that I have pretty big mountains. That's because I have a custom terrain generation algorithm that I use because I'm playing in 1.12. So we can do that in 1.12. And that way, I'll have bigger mountains and stuff like that. Now, they're a little weird looking sometimes. Sometimes they're shaped funky. But you can fix that with World Edit. It's no big deal. But what I would really like is for Mojang to implement bigger mountains. Because if you look at the default world generation, those mountains are tiny. They're not mountains, they're hills. They're hills. And the build height is way up there. So why not go higher? There's plenty of headspace. Okay, it's like the maximum height for a mountain in Minecraft is so far below build height. It's like you could bump it up a little bit more and still have some room to build some stuff on top of the mountain, right? Why don't they do that? They need to increase that. Make the mountains more majestic. Make them bigger and more epic. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see, badly. I also think it would be really cool to have trolls in the mountains. Trolls or giants or ogres, some sort of big mob that wanders the mountains. And they have hammers, right? And so like if you're traveling in the mountains, there'll be like a giant or a troll or something that comes up to you and smacks you with a hammer and you go flying back, and yeah, that would be cool. Like they'd be slow. They wouldn't be able to run very fast. So, I mean, they'd be strong if they hit you, but they're also easy to avoid. That way it's sort of balanced out, you know? I would love to see that mob added with a new epic mountain biome. That's what I would add to Minecraft. Anyway, so that's it for the questions. Alright, y'all, I had to stop the time lapse there. My arm and my hand is cramping up, pushing the buttons so many times. So I hope you enjoyed the Q&A and the time lapse. Let me go over briefly what we did. So I decided to go ahead and do the walls and the ramparts. So all of these are now the proper thickness. I didn't fill them in. I know I said I was going to in a previous episode, and I probably still will, just because it's going to bug me that they're hollow. So we have, so we have the walls around this Zwinger finished. We have this Bailey in here, which we could use for some housing or some, I don't know, maybe little farms in here or whatever. Something like that. I need to put a door here, so some sort of archway. I don't know that I'm going to put an actual gatehouse here, because it would mean that I would have to raise this up so the portcullis would have a place to go. I don't know if I want to do that. I might just have like a door, have like a doorway here, a drawbridge or something like that, right here. That way you can get into this Bailey right there. Another thing I'm considering doing is just raising the elevation up to meet this wall here, and just have stuff up here on top so you can look down into this Zwinger from way up here. I think that might be cool too. So a couple of things to think about. I realigned some of these walls here. If you remember, they were going in and out and they had these sharp turns. So I came around here and I smoothed it out a little bit. So now it goes more into the mountain rather than on top of the mountain. And I think it looks a lot better that way. And I did the same thing over here. So this is now a straight line. This is definitely going to have to be a tower right here on top of this thing. So this is now a straight line going down there and this, and it's more natural. This is more how a wall would have been built. So yeah. Now over here, I didn't put a wall because this really doesn't need to be fortified, because you can't really bring an army up here. You know, there's a cliff here. So it really doesn't make sense to try to fortify that part. Plus, it'd be kind of cool if the people who are up here in the castle can sort of just wander out here and sort of just hang out in the hills and stuff like that. This is kind of their area to just sort of relax, I guess, you know. Now there is a bit of a weakness right over here, so I think I might put a tower there. And right here, we might put a little wall right here or something. But that's something I'll have to consider. I brought this wall straight out that way before the wall came out like this, and I still have the original indication of it here. But this created a bit of a weakness here because your enemy could just come over here like this, and hey, they're like almost there. So this area here is going to be inside of the castle as well. I'm going to get rid of this, and then this wall just comes straight on over here to this gatehouse, like that. And so from this wall, you can get down onto these ramparts here. So yeah, that's pretty much what I did. Yeah, that took a long time. The thing about building something really big like this is that you put a lot of time into something and it just doesn't seem like you did all that much just because the scale of it is so big. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for the 1,000 of you, 1,000 plus who have hit the subscribe button on my channel. I certainly appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And I hope to see you in the next video. And until that time, be excellent to each other, and farewell.